You have more left.
Mhm.
Good evening, y'all. Y'all see me? Y'all can see me real clear. Good. It's Minister Jen tonight. I apologize. I'm running late. There's a lot going on today. Two households. I'm I'm super woman besides super mom, but I get it done. I get things done. And so, how you doing? And so tonight, of course, it's still October Awareness Month, and I have a few. I have a what I'm presenting tonight. What will be just 1 second. I'm sorry, you guys. Oop, oop, oop. Sorry. So tonight I will be presenting Filipino American Month. Filipino American Month. It's to honor the history of their culture, to honor the history, culture, and contributions of Filipino Americans. This month also commemorates the first recorded arrival of Filipinos in the United States, which was in October 18th, which is this Saturday coming up, y'all. The year 1587, when a Spanish galleon landed in what is now called Morro Bay, California. And it was first documented that the presence of the Filipinos, like how they said the Indians were already here, or the pilgrims, or with that of that sort. Um, it was first documented the presence of the Filipinos is what we call back in the U.S. The visit back to a visit made by a Novo Hispanic ship. So they were shipped over here. They came over on a boat sailing to and they didn't say anything about slavery, so they came over there on their free will in the year um October, the month of October 1587, around the Morro Bay, California. The first settlement of a handful of Filipinos who deserted the Spanish ships, being in Saint Malo, which is Spanish. So they came over on this big old boat, the Novo. Can I say this again? Novo Hispanic ship, and it was other many little ships, and they got on this one big ship and came over to America in 1587. Um, Also, this month marks the anniversary of the 1587, when they brought over the Lunos, um, Mr. Luz. It's a Spanish name, Luz Zones Idios. Luzos Idios. He was from the Spanish galleon, and also, and for this month, back in the U.S. Congress, the U.S. Congress officially recognized this month as being Filipino American History Month, which was in 2009. So that wasn't too far along. It was 2009. I never knew a lot of about the history with Filipino Americans. I always know because I went to school with people from the Philippines, or their parents or their grandparents from the Philippines, and for short we'll call them Filipinos. But I have to research more. Is it the same thing? Like, because they're saying that they're coming over from a Spanish country, from Mexico, or from Spain. So is it the same? Because I know with my old coworker, she's Filipino. She's from the Philippines, but she knows Spanish. And Filipino language, which is the Gal or something like that. But they have different dialects, but they're similar to speaking Espanol. And so I have to dig further into that. And so so in Congress, the U.S. Congress officially wanted us to recognize Filipino American History Month, which was in 2009. And also, how we can recognize the Filipino American heritage and what impact they'd have on the American society. I have a few ideas that you can do that I've read. We could celebrate by going to a Filipino owned business, buying something or food or a grocery if it's like a market or whatnot. And two, you can volunteer at a local community event that I'm sure is going to be some events around your city or whatnot, and you can to recognize the culture then to celebrate this month for Filipino American month, and you can explore their culture, their art, even watching a Filipino film, filmmaker filmmakers movie, or even the food, the dishes. Because I know I had a couple before. If I'm not mistaken, if this is the same culture, because I went to school with a lot of Filipino. My peers were a lot of Filipino students. I went to a big high school, and also my old coworker used to bring some dishes to work. Oh, it's so good. They can cook. Oh, I'm a foodie. Sorry, y'all. I'm a foodie. And another thing that you can recognize, I did not know this, but it's a lot of Filipino Americans that played a part in the World War II. They played a lot of part in the World War II. It's a lot of Filipino Americans that were in the that served in the U.S. Army in World War II. And one of the gentlemen, which I was trying to pronounce, was Larry Itilong. You can also visit any museums, cultural museums, or cultural sites, learning their heritage and their culture and their language, like I'm doing now. I'm giving you guys some info. And they have different, or you can go on different media aspects or go online and read on some things, or even media like things like a podcast. And also acknowledge again I stress this enough, they have served in the war, in the US war. Acknowledge it was a quarter million Filipino Americans that served in the World War II. I had the number for y'all. A quarter million served in the World War II. So it's a lot of veterans that served in the World War II, United States World War II with us. And I thank you for your service. Educate yourself about Larry Itilong, a Filipino American labor leader. And also, it was this island that stood out, which was called, they want people to recognize this month. Remember the Angel Island, where Filipino immigrants who were processed here on this island, on this particular island, which is called Angel Island. What a name! Which is now called, they were processed at Angel Island Immigration Station. So they had to get their papers in order to stay in the U.S. And there are many individuals like Filipinos that played a part in the World War II, which they called Filipino warriors, and they're survivors as well. Research an Olympic someone that um, played in the Olympics, which was athlete, which was named Vic Manalo Draves. Vic Manalo Draves. And so this year, also this year, I'm gonna read read some. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to. Um, sorry. So the theme for the Filipino American History Month for this year, from quotas of the community, Filipino Americans migration and movement. But the theme for commemorates it's been 90 years, and the 90th anniversary when the Filipinos I'm sorry, the 90th anniversary of the 1935 Filipino Reparation Act and the 60th anniversary of the 1965 Immigration and Naturalization Act, highlighting a historical when Filipinos were came over to America, and the history on there, and the policies and the formation in in their communities. And you want to know what is the 1935 Philippine Reparation Act? Minister Ginger going to tell you. The act was represented as a way of Filipinos to return home. So they came here, became citizens here, and then they had a choice if they wanted to go back or not. It was a way of Filipinos to return home, but it was a result of anti-Asian sentiment and required them to renounce their U.S. citizenship forever if they accepted the offer. So they can become American citizens, like I said. And I mentioned another act, which was the 1965 Immigration and Naturalization Act, which was the pivotal law that eliminated the national origin of quotas and had previously restricted immigration from Asia and other non-white countries, allowing a new wave of Filipino immigrants to come to the U.S. and establish communities. So they could have gone back and forth, and they also that act to me it's their independence, kind of like their Independence Day here, right? Which with these forms of acts, the two different acts or whatnot, right? And also, and we have a few celebrities that are Filipino. Again, it's a large community of Filipinos. We have like Bruno Mars, the singer Bruno Mars, and Lee Salonga also represents the Filipino American community. In which Filipino American community is the second largest Asian American group in the U.S. The second, y'all, second. Wow. Um. Also, sorry. Oop. So I just wanted to come to you tonight to present Filipino American History Month because I didn't know too much about it, but I do know I'm familiar because I have some good friends that are um, from high school and middle school that are Filipino, and oh, they're so sweet. And even when you go to like when you go to the hospitals now and stuff, it's like more that are nurses and everything. They take good care of you and they treat you. Oh, they have bedside manner. Like if you get a Filipino nurse, not saying if you're black or white or whatever, but I just know when I encounter a Filipino nurse, man and female, um, that they're so sweet and so humble and kind to you. Like they make sure you're okay or whatnot, and they care about you. They don't look for anything back. It's just so warming and well. And my old coworker, which she's older than me, but she was like our mom at work. But she always said, when I get old, I'm gonna go back to the I'm gonna go back to the Philippines because they'll take care of me. Not saying her kids wouldn't, but they have a good bedside manner. But so this is Minister Jinjin coming to you tonight about Filipino American History Month. and to recognize and be aware of their culture is such a beautiful thing. And maybe you want to try, maybe they, and look up if they have an event in your town, and try their, and read about their culture and their history and how they came over and their ancestors, and also try their delicious food. Again, I'm a foodie, and try their delicious food. And I just wanted to come to you tonight and present this. And so I'm Minister Ginger signing off, and I'll see y'all on Sunday, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Mwah. See ya.